What's up, y'all? I'm Andy Story with Poster Grind, and I'm an art director that designs movie posters for a living. Today, I'm going to answer the question of where do movie poster designers and agencies get their photography for movie posters and other marketing materials. Let's dive on in. First place we're going to discuss, and one of the more common places where you can find photography and other design and art assets, is stock photography companies. I'm talking about Shutterstock and Getty and Envato. Shutterstock and Getty are both very high quality stock photography websites, and pretty much every agency in Hollywood and New York City and probably around the world use those two as their main go-to sources for photography, graphic elements, textures, landscapes, skies, you name it. Everything that you could possibly need is usually in there. There are some other companies that are a lot smaller that some people still use. I personally use a company called Envato for a lot of my personal projects. They have some great textures and other stock photography and elements that you can drop into Illustrator and or Photoshop, and it's very affordable. It's worth checking out if you're just getting into poster design. It's a lot more affordable than the big dogs, and the cool thing is if you guys use the link below, we will get a small commission for referring traffic to them, so we definitely appreciate it. If you're starting out, check them out. Now, the second area, and my favorite area to get photography for movie poster design, is what's called special shoot photography. That's where us art directors, designers, and creative directors come up with photographic ideas, and the movie studio goes ahead and authorizes us to set up a photo shoot with the actors, actresses, and extras, and even props that were used on the movie. And the photographer will go ahead and get the actors and actresses in the poses that we're looking for. I mean, we're talking about profile, low angle, overhead, having the actors look left, right, down, up, you name it. We usually try and get as much photography as possible so that we can implement that in the designs that we want to use. One other thing I should note is that we also get unit photography. Unit photography is when the movie studio or production company hires an on-site photographer to go ahead and take pictures of all the actors and actresses during their scenes while they're acting. And sometimes we'll get special effects or, explosions or cars that were used on set, other props, a lot of interesting stuff. And that usually can make its way into the movie poster designs that you're seeing. Now, if we don't have unit photography, one of the other steps is to actually get screen grabs from the actual film and use those in our designs. A lot of times they're not going to have as high a quality as unit photography or special shoot photography, but we can usually manipulate the photography, improve the low quality and make it look a little more high quality. In fact, we'll probably have a video in the future or tutorial in the future on how to improve crappy photography and make it look a lot better. And before we get to the next area that we get photography from, if you're learning something from this channel or this particular video, please hit that like button. And if you want to keep learning about movie poster design and the ins and outs of the business, then go ahead and hit subscribe now. We really appreciate it. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about is what's called on-site photography. And what that means is when you're working at an agency, a lot of times that agency will have a little area set up for photo shoots. The bigger the agency, the bigger their photo studio, and they usually have a professional photographer on site that is a full-time employee. And what we do is we come up with ideas, or if we need to hire extras, or we can get another art director, designer, intern, or somebody to go in there and pose how we want them to be posed and use that in our design, or get some props from the prop house. We can rent guns, knives, Polaroid, old-fashioned Polaroid cameras, you name it, we can find it at the prop house, and we'll get those photographs so that we can use them in the movie poster. And then sometimes you, as an art director, can put yourself in your own artwork. I was working on a project a few years ago, and I needed a picture of my hand in a clenched or stretched, in a in this position, and we took a picture of it, and then I totally manipulated it and photoshopped, did some cool things to it, and built a movie poster out of that, out of my own hand. So that has been known to happen as well. Now, I hope you guys learned a lot. Go ahead and check out more of our videos. Like I was saying before, everything on this channel is dedicated to movie poster design and creating assets and artwork for streaming and TV as well. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video.